on the highway through hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because closure is not an option.
In Edmonton, Jamie Davis dispatches Randy and HR 66 for a recovery in Lac La Biche, up Highway 63.
Where we are heading is for a jackknife trailer 6 kilometers after Wandering River towards Fort McMurray.
The trailer slid into a field and jackknifed.
I'm going to move into the field to stay as far away from traffic as possible. Whoa, whoa! Come on, Lattice, come on!
Close call averted. Randy gets back to work. Randy gets the driver to back the truck up.
You don't do a recovery on a highway without having flaggers in place. If you have to wait a day for flaggers, or you have to wait till the next day for flaggers, you do it.
1,200 kilometers in BC.
It's a B train, flipped on Highway 5.
John already knows the wreck will be hard to recover on its own. He's called for backup. Western Star's 15-ton single axle heads out to help, with Miss Jane behind the wheel.
I'm going to lift the trailer up for Phil to slide the chains in.
With the crew rigged and ready, it's time to pull.
Next thing I see is Brandon running up to me. No, I can't. What's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. The truck almost hit me, head on.
With the recovery finished, so is Brandon.
I'm done with this.
At the yard, with Brandon putting the coke behind, veteran flagger Robert has been promoted to top flagger.
I had problems with flaggers in the past. I want you to end those problems.
Robert heads out for his first shift of the season. The army truck arrives to pull the car out with part-time driver Ray Potter. "70 meters down the road, Robert shuts traffic down to give Ray room to work.
I had my signs up and my lights on.
But the truckers seem to be thinking about one thing, making the summit.
I understand you have to make a living, but at what cost? Next thing is, I see a truck heading for me. If I slipped or tripped and fell, it could have been my last day.
But the 15-year veteran gets right back to flagging.
I saw traffic was still flowing, so I stopped traffic. It's not going to stop me.
Phil arrives with a new flag truck.
Trucks can be replaced, lives can't.
"1,200 kilometers in Edmonton. Jason, you got a tanker wreck in Edson on Highway 16.
Hey Jason, I don't think you'll be able to do it. Let me dispatch Colin and the rotator.
150, I need you to head to Edson on Highway 16.
The roads are horrible, and it's taken Colin forever to get here.
After a 4-hour drive, Colin McLean arrives in Heavy Rescue's rotator.
There was oil across the highway. The crew didn't want us touching the tankers.
Jason and HR66 rigged to the cab to pull it out of the ditch.
I'm going to move the cab down the highway to give us lots of room to work. The winches on HR66 are a lot slower than the rotator, so I would be pulling a lot while Colin pulled slowly just to try and then even it out.
Colin and the crew are trying to figure out how to flip the tanker in the air, but space is tight.
Hey Colin, I think you should hunker down to each end of the trailer.
Gord has a lot of experience swamping on the rotator. He could operate blind if he had to.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Jason jerry-rigs a seal on the hoses to stop the leaking.
I'll lift it, then we'll flip it in midair.
But as Colin pulls, the rigging is not correct.
Then Colin started doing damage to the tanker trailer. Hey Colin, have one line to the backside and one line underneath the backside and lift it. Not a bad idea, Gord.
But as Colin is about to flip it in midair, it starts to swing closer to the rotator.
Hey Colin, why don't you get Jason and HR66 to pull the trailer away from the rotator?
The trucking company brings in its own low bed to take the tanker away.
I'll load it up for them.
After a 10-hour recovery job, the crew can now head home to their families.
That pin though was a pain in the ass.